Hey everybody, Flip and Dani here, founders of the Freedom Real Estate Group family of companies, and welcome to another episode of our podcast, which is called
Freedom Through Passive Income.
Thank you very much.
You are very welcome.
This episode is called Is Work-Life Balance a Myth? Dun, dun, dun.
I like this one because I recently posted on Facebook about doing a mastermind in Cancun.
Right? Yeah.
And so
Been there.
I asked about what type of topics would you like to talk about, and I want to say 2 or 3 people mentioned work-life balance. And I thought, that's interesting. I feel like everybody says that a lot, right? Really wanting to have a little bit more life than work, because as entrepreneurs and just overachievers, A players, we all just we drive, and then we go, oh man, I'm burnt out. And then we forget to actually take time for ourselves. Right. And, so everybody wants that. I don't want to get burnt out. I actually want to have a nice balance so that I get some rest time and I'm really that much more productive and effective at work or, at whatever it is that you're doing. So I thought it was a really good thing to do an episode about, because it's something that we probably have struggled with. I know I have. I get burnout. I go as hard as I can until I get burnout. And then I go, Flip, I can't do it. And I just need a day or 2 days of nothing. And I have to crash, right? You've literally left me on the couch for a couple days on a weekend and just not
Yeah, don't touch her. No one talk to Dani. Just give her the dogs. There you go.
But it's what was needed for me to jump back in on Monday, right? Because I had pushed myself too long and too far working through weekends and nights and everything else. So I think this is a really interesting topic. And I saw somebody posted about an idea about this balance being a myth. So do you want to kind of speak to what we talked about before we started recording in terms of what do you mean by is it a myth? And it's kind of because the scales are not balanced, right?
Well, that's true. Okay. They are not balanced. And it depends on who you talk to too, because there's some people that will say, "I only get 4 hours of sleep every night. I haven't had a day off in 10 years." So you've got those knuckleheads.
Nice.
I don't know. Well, I do know other words I could call them, but we're just going to call them knuckleheads for today. And then you've got the full other end of the spectrum. And then you've got the 4-day work week. Which is we've implemented that here at the office a time or two. But it depends on like I said, it depends on who you talk to. But a lot of people they struggle with this. So it's so hard. I like what you had written here, the few weeks of relentless focus on a single project, that can produce a great amount of results, but a few weeks of relentless focus on teaching something to your kids might produce a meltdown. So it depends on your work-life balance and on exactly, what you need, because everybody's different. What I need is different than what you need. You're a sports car that puts in the gas and goes down the highway at 120 miles an hour until you crash into something.
Yes.
I take the side roads.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just do a live example. So I'll say if my uneven balance of what I would call a work-life balance would be heavy work, meaning going for, I could probably do 2 weeks steady and feel really good about it. And I would make so much progress and drive so much momentum in that 5 days plus the weekend, 5 days. I might go 3 weeks. Right. So it just depends, right? But I could do that, and then I could just stop and give me 2 days of just rest or fun or get out, maybe even 3 to 4 days. But a very small, if it's going to be 3 weeks, let's just say it's 3, because that sounds more like me. A week, a weekend, a week, a weekend, and a week. And I gain momentum, and it's just awesome. And then I take, let's just say 4 days. That would probably feel really good. And by the time I'm done with 4 days, I'm itching to get back to it.
Yeah, usually in the middle of the 4th day, you're like, can I have my iPad? Can I have my computer?
That's right.
I need to do something.
Yes. So that's uneven, right? But it's perfectly balanced to me to have that long run, because it's what I love, and then have the short break, because now it's given me enough rest for me to dive back in and be excited about it. So what is it for you?
Oh, I'm definitely not 3 weeks. You're 3 days. You're pushing. No, I mean, I honestly, I mean, I don't know if 3 weeks. I would probably be toast by the end of week 2.
Yeah.
You know, I need to have the breaks. I need to. I know that, and I won't. I don't. My limit as I'm going is I'm filling up the meter, right, to know when I need to take a break. Mine goes a lot faster than yours does. So, you know, mine, I don't even get up to your level. I get up to here and I'm like, oh, I need a break. You know, but I guess that's also a good thing, I guess, you know, so that way I don't get to the burnout stage. Occasionally I've gotten to the burnout stage and it's like, whoa, we need to take a break.
If I'm at the burnout stage.
Yeah. And typically, you know, the weekend, usually I'll work one weekend and then the next weekend I'll take those 2 days off. And then I'll work the next weekend. I'll take the next, you know, that's typically my schedule.
Yeah. So, but it's not a perfect balance, right?
No, it's not.
It's still heavier work than life.
It's definitely heavier work.
Yeah. So would you like to change it?
Oh yeah, we are changing that as we are going right now. It's a little baby steps. We're changing this and this and this to change that now.
It comes back to your Freedom Day, right?
Yeah. Somebody said that I could have retired already, which I've got my legal team working on this
You're so funny.
to find out what the truth in that is. But you know, we talked about my Freedom Day, which is gosh, I should have checked my thing. It's like 15 months or something, so many days. But it's July 31st of 2023.
Yep.
Now, it's not going to be my freedom time. I'm not going to just, like, all of a sudden, just on August 1st, be on the couch all day. That sounds fun. But, I mean, I'm actually going to do something different. You know, I'm not going to stop doing anything. I'm not going to stop working. I'll still do stuff.
Sure.
So, but that's more on life than on work.
Yeah.
Aha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes.
there we go.
Yeah. So it seems like balance depends on the time of your life and what your focus is as to what balance looks like. But there is a way to create a balance that isn't necessarily, you know, something that's even. I think of what are those scales called? Like, isn't it like Lady Justice and she's like carrying these scales? So I think
the scale of justice.
Yeah, when people say balance, I think of them being even. But when you talk about this, it's really not even, right? It's just what's the refreshing part of it. So I'm going to be heavy work and I'm going to be light on here, but it's a balance for me. And I think for you, it's a little bit maybe right here. And those of you not watching the video, you're not even get to see my little scales moving up and down. But I mean, you get the idea.
Yeah,
so.
Absolutely. And plus age, like you said. Age. Yeah. I mean, like look at those kids getting out of college and working on Wall Street, like 80, 90 hours a week. And you know, truth. I mean, it's plus, I mean, I'm not saying that we worked that many hours, but I mean, when we worked on cruise ships, those were ridiculous hours. Yeah. You know, and so it's, I couldn't do that today.
Yeah. I agree. Well, this is a good fun topic because I hear about people talk about work-life balance all the time. So I thought it was fun to talk about it.
And before we end this, though, did anyone else pick up on the irony that we would fly to Cancun to a resort to have a mastermind about work-life balance? So are we going to talk about work or life in those meetings? That's brilliant. I love it. I'm in. Don't get me wrong. I'm in.
Tax write-off, man.
They all are. Well, we hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you're hitting the subscribe button to make sure you're giving us any reviews, questions, comments, recommendations. FreedomCapitalInvestments.com. Make sure you head over there and join our investor club.
That's right.
And also check out the groups on Facebook and LinkedIn as well. They're there to answer any questions you might have. But we always like to end all of our episodes with
invest smart,
live happy.
Bye everybody.
Nothing on this show should be considered specific, personal, or professional advice. Please consult an appropriate tax, legal, real estate, financial, or business professional for individualized advice. Opinions and information on this show are not guaranteed. All investment strategies have the potential for profit or loss, y'all.